is this going to be the best class? And of course, we're taking out the projection of what's actually going to happen on the field. We're just talking about high school football talent. I know that it's been thrown out there that this could possibly be, and James Franklin's had some really good ones, the best class.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I definitely think it has the potential to be. I it finished slightly below the 2018 recruiting class in terms of just overall ranking. I think they both finished ranked sixth in the country, if I remember correctly, but this class's overall score was a tick lower. That 2018 class, for those who don't know, was the likes of Micah Parson, Odafe Owe, Rasheed Walker, who's probably going to be high pick in this spring's draft, guys of that nature. The reason I think this class has the potential to be the best James Franklin assigned over that 2018 class is largely due to the quarterback position. No knock on Will Levis whatsoever. He obviously has put together a pretty solid college career between Penn State and Kentucky, but he was the quarterback in the 2018 class. The quarterback in this class, and I know anyone who's listened to Tim and I have heard us mention his name ad nauseum, especially in the back half of this past season when quarterback became such an issue for Penn State. Drew Aller is, by the accounts of a lot of people who know a heck of a lot more about football and quarterback play than I do, the best high school football quarterback in the country. 247 Sports has him ranked as number one quarterback in the country and the number 3 overall player in the country on their composite ranking. So, taking their ranking, rivals, ESPN, all of that, they have him as the number 3 quarterback in the country. So obviously everybody's extremely high on this kid. And I think he's probably the real deal breaker that could make this class better than that 18 class. Now, that 18 class also definitely produced some good talent for Penn State, but a lot of the top end talent really didn't hit. Ricky Slade and Justin Short were 2 composite 5-stars who didn't pan out. Micah Parsons obviously panned out, but Penn State only got 2 seasons of him. Owe really was turning a corner towards the end of his Penn State career. So while I think talent-wise, the classes are probably pretty close to being equal, I think this class can prove to be better on the field and accomplish more for the Nittany Lions, largely because of the quarterback. And, as we'll get into later, they've got impact players in almost every position, including important positions such as edge rusher, and running back. But yeah, when you have a quarterback like Drew Aller, that goes a long way. 247 Sports has his comparison as Josh Allen for a reason. It's a quarterback like that can mask up a lot of warts for your team and win you a lot of football games.
Yeah, I think just to add on to what Mario said, I agree fully. I think Drew Aller is what makes, in my opinion, this the best class that James Franklin has brought into Penn State, even though, as I noted in the private chat, the 2018 class, the overall average of the recruits was higher. But if you're talking about as far as impact player, like importance, as far as Penn State getting over the hump, beating Ohio State, winning the Big Ten championship, getting the playoff, kind of like, what Michigan did this past season. They want to do that. I feel like it starts at the quarterback position, and Drew Aller's the guy to do that. But I guess, to add on too, you did harp on, Ricky Slade and Justin Shorter than pan out. I don't know about you. I'm pretty hopeful that Nick Singleton and Caden Saunders will not be the next Ricky Slade and Justin Shorter. They will actually live up to their billing, and especially from what Singleton has shown in the All-Star Army All-American game, similar to Aller, and just also apparently what he's done in workouts so far since getting on campus. It sounds like he's the real deal, and he's a guy that similar to what Saquon Barkley did in 2015 as a true freshman. I think he can come in there and, he can definitely grab that starting role by the horns. Maybe he and I know you and I, Marty, have probably harped on this so many times doing our post-game shows, but maybe he and Kevon Lee could be like that, lightning thunder combination at running back. And it's like Kevon Lee won't feel the need to try to maybe he won't try to bounce outside so much and try to get the edge. Like he'll resort to being the north-south, power through, pick up those extra yards kind of runner that he showed himself to be in 2020. And then, Caden Saunders, I think he's a guy, even though Penn State, I think, is in a good place receiver-wise, especially bringing in Mitchell Tinsley from the transfer portal. I think he's one of those guys. If he's as talented as he is, they're going to find a way to get him on the field. Either get him some reps at receiver, or I could see him being dangerous in a return game, either returning kicks, returning punts. So, of course, with John Dotson no longer returning punts, and who knows what other players, skilled players, going to end up hitting the portal after the spring. But there's opportunities for Caden to get on the field. So I know we're just touching the surface of this class, but I just wanted to echo that I do share in your excitement